Hey folks, Rebecca back for the next episode of the Quintuple M. I am going to try to do something that some of the other YouTubers talk about and get some batch filming done today. So if you happen to notice that I look the same for the next few episodes of the Quintuple M, you would be correct. I know some channels will change tops or change makeup or hair or whatever between batch filming videos. I don't care enough to do that. So it is what it is. But let's get into this one. This episode is from the blog post May 23rd, 2011, Get Rich with Owning Rental Houses. And as always, I will link the link to this blog post in the description box below so you can go check out the whole thing yourself and read all of the comments on the post if you want to. So, getting rich with owning rental houses. We're diving into a fundamentally new field here, the field of actually increasing your income, which is quite different from the cutting your spending I usually advocate. For most people, the cutting works much better because they already have a shortage of free time and a surplus of income compared to what is actually needed to live a reasonable life. But for those rare people, perhaps the young and ambitious or those without children who need all of your free time, it is possible to raise your income considerably while keeping your day job by using the time-honored method of becoming a landlord. To some people, it sounds like a hassle not worth even considering. To others who have read the Get Rich books on the topic or met a self-made multimillionaire who became wealthy using rentals, the idea is intriguing and desirable. As a small-time landlord myself who has rented out 4 houses over the years and still has 1 rental today, I would say the truth is somewhere in between. Here is a real-world example with some numbers showing the fundamental reason that these things make you money. In my town, I can buy a 3-bedroom house in a fairly good neighborhood for about $200,000. I would put $40,000 down on it, and because of today's insanely low interest rates, my monthly cost for the $160,000 loan, including insurance, property, taxes, and a few bucks for maintenance, would be about $950 a month. At local rates, I can rent this house out for about $1,200 a month. So every month I'm getting this benefit, $250 of actual cash flow from the rental, $230 of principal on the mortgage gets paid off. The net profit is $480 per month or $5,760 per year. That is a 14.4% return on my $40,000 investment, right? Double the Triple M official figure for stock market returns. But no, it's not quite the same because you actually have to work to buy the house and take care of the tenants. I find that if you do a good job getting nice, responsible tenants, the total amount of work required for each rental house averages about 1 day per month or 96 hours per year. So your hourly rate of pay is about $60 per hour, right? Well, again, not quite, because you would have made half of that money if you had just put the $40K into an index fund at an average of 7%. Accounting for that, you're getting $30 per hour for managing the property, which is still reasonable pay for anyone who is willing to work for $60,000 or less per year. But I've left out an important part of the equation, appreciation on the rental house. Because you only put 20% down on the house, you basically own an investment that is leveraged at 5 to 1. That is potentially risky, as many U.S. landlords found out when the property values dropped in recent years. But on average, the statistics say that over the long run, your rental house value will go up with inflation 2 to 3% per year. So let's rerun the numbers using a conservative amount of appreciation. Cash flow and mortgage payoff, $5,760 per year. Appreciation on the house, $200,000 at 2% is $4,000 per year. Now you're getting paid $9,760 per year in exchange for investing $40,000 and putting in 96 hours. Doing the same stock market equivalent subtraction above, you are earning about $72.50 per hour. Unless you make more than $144,000 in your day job, this should start to sound pretty exciting to you. And if you have the skills to expand your empire to include multiple rentals, you can put in quite a few hours at your new $72.50 rate. If you collect several houses, you can even quit your day job and have a more than full-time income for less than full-time effort. At $72.50 per hour, you can earn a comfy $40K family living wage with about 10 hours a week of effort. Several people I know have already done this. If your area does ever have a property boom and home values go up faster than inflation, you can make some even bigger chunks of easy money. In my best experience, I made about $50,000 in appreciation over 5 years on a rental house. And in my worst experience, I lost about $10,000 over 5 years on another one. I bought that one in the 2005 housing boom and had to sell in 2010, still part of the current slow period. And if your area has a higher rent to price ratio, sometimes referred to as the cap rate, the plan can be even more attractive. In the example above, the rent of $14,400 a year divided by the $200,000 price gives a cap rate of 7.2%. In expensive cities, the cap rate is much lower, making rentals a bad idea. But in some cases, you can get a much higher cap rate. It usually works out better the less expensive the dwelling is, which is why condos make good rentals. The economy of scale continues all the way to the ultimate rental tool, the apartment building, which can have cap rates over 12%. The bottom line is, it's just another way to trade time for money, but if you have the enthusiasm for knowing the good neighborhoods in your own city, finding a good deal on a house, doing minor renovations and maintenance, and interacting with tenants who you reel in with an expertly crafted Craigslist ad, it can possibly be the highest wage you'll ever earn, and thus the fastest way to get from enthusiastic young office worker to retired senior stash. This is just an introduction to the topic. There are loads of books about this in the library. If you want to learn more, or if you want to hear more details from me, think up a question for the comment section. And if you would like to learn more about rental houses as income, I am going to link a few channels in the description box below. I know JJ Buckner is looking into getting his first rental property, and he's documenting that on YouTube. He also has a either a Google Sheets or Excel document thing that he uses to determine whether a house is worth the cost as far as using it as a rental. So if you're interested in rental properties, definitely check his channel out. I'm also going to link a couple other channels that talk a lot about rentals and income from that. Mike Rosehart is one and Matt McKeever is the other. I'll link them below. And if you're more of a podcast type person, I know that the Afford Anything podcast by Paula Pant is also a good podcast to listen to that talks about the financial independence movement and also rental properties a lot. So I will link all of those in the description box below, because me personally, I've never considered renting to have extra income. It still just sounds like a lot of hassle to me. I guess I'm one of the ones that sort of leans more towards the frugal side of things, or tries to anyway. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then give those other channels a look, and I will catch y'all next week for the next episode of the Quintuple M. Bye.